You're exhibiting at trade shows. You're in the right place because I'm going to give you 5 tips that nobody's going to tell you. Nobody tells you this stuff. You can look it up. Nobody's telling you. Why aren't anybody telling you these things? Because it makes people uncomfortable. These are kind of uncomfortable tips, things to do that don't feel right, but they just flat out work. So pay attention. We go through these quickly. Here goes. Tip number one that nobody's going to tell you is get the attention of people who aren't even looking at you as they're walking past. You're like, Jim, I don't want to do that. That's kind of disruptive to them. That could be rude. Do it. Just do it. You don't want to bug people, right? Especially if they're looking away, but you need to change your mindset to do this. Why are you at this show? Why are you exhibiting? To get business, right? The people on the other side of your table, outside your booth, they're potential customers. Why do you think the attendees at a business to business show are there? They're there to get business. They're there to find vendors or they're to find new products. They're there for you. And why are people at consumer shows like home shows and garden shows and things like that to find the next new product or service that's going to meet their needs? That's why they're there. They want to talk to the right people. You don't know if that person walking past you is your next big customer until you grab them, until you grab their attention. If they're not looking at you, that might be a little uncomfortable, but you got to do it anyway. And that could be something as simple as just saying, "Hey, excuse me." And then they'll look at you and now you can grab them and you can bring them into your booth. If you don't do this, the worst thing that could happen is your competitor is going to sell to that person. Tip number two, no one's telling you. Don't bring all the literature. Don't bring all the samples. Don't bring all your stuff. You have one shot at grabbing someone's attention. You don't need to have everything that you offer represented. Don't feel that pressure because now all of a sudden you got stacks and stacks of literature. You got all these product samples, and your booth looks like a garage sale, or it's hard for people to understand what they're looking at because you have too much stuff, or your staff can get confused too. And they're going to be asking, hey, where's that sell sheet for our product 38X? You don't need to know that. You don't need to have all that. Just have information ready that you can guide people to your website. Maybe have your website right available so you can take people right to it, but don't clutter your booth with everything that you have to offer because it's going to get people confused and it's going to look bad. Tip number three that no one's going to tell you to do this, take selfies and selfie videos with the attendees. Why are we doing this? Use these in the follow-up. Think about it this way. You might be one of hundreds of booths at this next trade show or next event. And what are the odds that the person that's going to remember you and your booth after talking with dozens, possibly 100 different vendors about different products and services when you go to follow up? But if you include a picture that you took with that person, then all of a sudden you've reconnected with them. Or even better, at the end of your conversations, hey, can I take a quick selfie video with you? Then recap your conversation with them. Just take out your phone. Hey, this is Jim from Trade Show University. I'm here with Rob. Rob, we just had a great conversation about the trade show booth review that we could do in just a matter of a few days and get you ready, set up for your next show. I'm going to be following up with you next Thursday. And then you send that to them, and they're going to remember taking that video with you. It's such an effective way, and it gives you a good note-taking opportunity as well for that conversation you had, so you won't forget a thing. Tip number four that nobody's telling you, learn how to end a conversation. Yeah, I said that right. Learn how to end a conversation with that attendee. Now, you may have be having a great conversation with someone. And it looks like it's going somewhere. All of a sudden, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you're having a great conversation. But that conversation may never lead to an order. There's no guarantees of that. And while you're talking to somebody for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however long, how many people are walking past that will never walk past your booth again? Don't take that much time, even if it's a good conversation. And we also get into bad conversations where you just want to be like, how do I get rid of this person? Have a script ready so you can end that conversation in a polite way, in a good way to get that person out of your booth. It could be something like, hey, I know this is a big show. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Are there any last questions? Otherwise, I want to get you on your way. Something quick like that, but have it rehearsed and have it scripted out so that you can quickly go into that script and train this to your other people as well. So you can get out of those conversations and onto that next person. Another one could be, hey, I love where this conversation's going. Let's end this here. Let's continue this on. Do you have dinner plans? Or let's follow up with a phone call next Tuesday. Something like that so you can get them done out of your booth so you can move on to the next person. Remember, time is money, especially at a trade show. You have limited time, so take advantage of it. Tip number 5, nobody's going to tell you. Speed is your secret weapon. This kind of goes along with some of the other tips I'm telling you, but if you want more demos, you want more sales, you want more leads, go faster. It's like the old adage of the numbers game. The more you call, the more possible leads you can get. The same thing happens at a trade show. What I see all the time, though, is someone will have a conversation. That person leaves the booth, and person working the booth, they go over, they get a drink of water. They may have made a note, or maybe they get into a conversation with someone else in the booth, one of their staff members. And instead, they need to be going on to that next person. So you'll get more results if you do more. The best way you can do more is to go faster. So you just finish up that conversation immediately, connect with that next person, ask them your qualifying question, get them into your booth, and try and get people into your booth. Have this whole thing scripted so that you can get people into your booth, get the information you need, give them the information they need, and get them out of your booth as quickly as possible. The more you do this, the more leads are just going to pile up. You're going to fill your pipeline possibly for the entire year if you do this right, if you have this thing scripted out and you have it all strategically done. And then train your team to do the same thing. Be faster, and you're going to be amazed at the results that you get. Just don't be so aggressive that you turn people off. Don't be like attacking people. Do it in a polite way and just quickly get them in. Get them through your attendee journey and get them out of your booth. It should feel very natural. Hey, and if you want 10 of my most powerful networking tips to effectively turn your networking into leads, then check out this video here.